And then whenever I'm grabbing my putter, I'm never on the green yet. So like I have to grab my putter and my pitching wedge to go to the bunker to get the ball onto the green. Then I got to pick up my putter, which I laid next to it. But then I took off the putter cover to put next to the wedge. But then I only pick up the wedge and I leave the putter cover there. It's not hard. How do you guys not? You guys even golf? Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Dapper Degens. My name is Josh Albrecht.
I'm Martin Cheesin.
I'm Will Lawler.
And I'm Dan.
And that is not Ross. That's not Ross. That's me. It's not me. That's our friend Steve Glass. Hi, Steve. Thanks for joining us and filling in for Ross, who chooses, as always, to have more important things to do than take an hour out of his week to join our friend group and make a dumb podcast. Thanks for being here, bud.
No, he's just consoling his loss of his sponsorship that he never had.
He should have stuck with Malort. He had a better chance there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even know that when he was in Milwaukee, I saw him drinking a lot of.
He did.
Oh, he did. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. At least he's trying to get it back. You know, I want to work for something, Ross. So anyway, welcome into the Bash Ross episode of the Dapper Degens. That'll probably be happening a lot more over the next half hour or so. But as always, we like to start these episodes off with our resolutions. We're going to start with Martin Cheesin. Martin, did you go anywhere this last week?
I did. From June 26th to 29th, I was in Milwaukee for the second annual Milwaukee meetup.
Oh, were you?
Yes. I saw you there, and I saw you there.
That's right.
I didn't see two of you guys there, but...
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, two of them couldn't make it. There were a lot of people that were like, where are they? They couldn't be there. As if they were like, right, but where are they? I was like, yeah, like, not here. Like, please stop asking me. Like, they're not gonna appear out of nowhere. They're not here.
No, we're not Martin and just randomly show up in a random city.
But I'm pretty sure people thought that is exactly what was going to happen. They were like, no, they're pulling out. Like, okay, I get it.
I did get a message on Saturday like, hey, where are you? And here's a picture of the Statue of Liberty from the 47th floor of a building in New York. Like,
they're like, cool old photo, but where are you? Yeah, no one bought it. No. So, Steve, I'm going to let you answer however you want, but Ross's resolution was to lose weight. You can either answer that for yourself, for Ross, or tell me your own resolution, whatever you want.
I'll answer for both of us. There's no way after this weekend either of us lost anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly.
I was going to say, actually, new Ross, you do look a little slimmer.
Thank you. Thank
you.
you.
He's kissing ass, but also you're 100% right. We definitely put on a few LBs in the name of fun, and that's what it's all about. Will.
Yeah, buddy.
Did you meet anyone new this week?
Over the past week, yes, I have.
All right. Who'd you meet?
There was one of the GCs that was on site. It was like a new superintendent on Saturday, but nothing else really fun besides that. I mean, it still counts.
Did you convert him? Did you show him,
No, because I was literally crawling around a job site trying to fix stuff, so I'm not wearing a Roosevelt shirt. I'm wearing just a regular, polo at that point, and I'm like,
see, that's when we need, pamphlets, that we can show off,
No, I just need business cards. Just hand out business cards.
Do not, once we go pamphlets, it's over.
No, I got to throw some stickers on the hard hat, so.
Pamphlets are... Now we're showing up door to door. Like, you got to stop. That's too much. That can't happen.
Can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior, the Roosevelts?
Yeah.
You got to be in the Blues Brothers shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're on a mission from God.
That wouldn't be bad. See, I was like, when you have a lot of shirts, there's some that that if you try to sell, you'd only get like $20 or $30 for them anyway. Those become your work shirts. You just wear those. You're like,
so
I never wear this one anyway.
If I legitimately have to crawl around on a job site and lay on dirty floors and do stuff like that, I'm not wearing a Roosevelt shirt. Because still, even if they're only going to catch $20-$30, I want them to be in good shape.
Yeah, so we wear like 7 strong or something. All right, so and then Dan, yours was to be alive. How you feeling? You alive?
I was barely after that whirlwind trip down to South Carolina and back.
Yeah. You had quite some fun that kept you out of Milwaukee. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're still with us. That's good news. In the time that since the last time we spoke, my resolution, of course, was to spend less money on Roosevelts.com. And there were a lot of new things to spend money on Roosevelts.com. Let's get to it. First of all, right after last week's episode, they post something. I believe it was actually at the end of the episode. I don't know if we actually talked about it or if it was like right after, like 5 minutes left in the episode for Chaos Wednesday.
Yep.
Which none of us knew. And they just did like a blurred out version of one shirt. And we were like, what's this going to be? Oh, and people were like using AI to try to like unblur, deblur, I don't know, take your pick, the shirt. And it was coming up with something new every time.
Yeah.
It was not, no one got it right.
Nope.
By the way. But it turned out that they went with 4 designs. They all went before at least Central Time, Steve, I think noon. I think they were all like 11. I don't know.
They started at like 10 o'clock Eastern, like 10:40 or something like
that.
that.
So it was, it was Chaos Wednesday. It was before lunch. Chaos was done before your lunchtime. But so let's talk about those shirts. First of all, you guys want to guess? Martin likes doing this game of if I got shirts or what I got or if I got any.
I'm going to say you went 3 for 4 on Chaos Wednesday.
Okay.
Just because the FOMO machine was built.
You had what? You had Mickey, you had Star Wars,
Peter Pan.
You had the floral, and then you had Peter Pan. I would say, I'd say you went 3 for 4 as well. So
I think Josh bought all 4, but I think that a total of 26 shirts from Chaos Wednesday are going into his house.
Okay. It's a fair guess. Yes. Dan?
2.
Technically, Dan is the closest without going over. Well, no, maybe not. Okay, I don't know how to say this. I got two variations of shirts. So I got the Mickey one, which looks like this if people want to see it in person.
It is so creepy.
It is a little creepy, but I also love it. I don't know. Like, I love the colors of it. I just feel like the Mickey on it, like the digital, like the style of Mickey, like if they would have done a different type of one, like maybe it would have been a little bit better. And then I also got the Star Wars one.
I did not peg you for that one.
I also didn't peg him for that one.
I did not plan on getting it, but I was like, God damn it, why do they keep coming out with awesome looking Star Wars shirts? I don't need another Star Wars shirt, but I love the
look, you bought one.
Colors. And so I bought one. Technically speaking, from Roosevelts.com, I bought 3 shirts.
Hey, I was right.
Because I got a 4X to make into shorts of the Mickey.
Hey, that's 3 for 4.
Now, the thing is, I also have acquired the other 2.
From BST?
Of course.
Already?
And friends that care about me and are very kind. So, I don't have them here to show you what they look like, but I did end up with 5 out of the 4 shirts. So I don't know. I don't know who wins that, but take your pick. I don't know. How did everyone else do on Chaos Wednesday?
Peter Pan, baby.
Peter Pan. 0 for 4 from Steve. 0 for 4 by choice or just because you were busy?
By choice. I thought the Mickey was not my art style. The Star Wars was the closest I came to pulling the trigger, but I bought personally 6 shirts in Japan, and I bought another 4 shirts from May the 4th drop. So I was like, I don't need another shirt that I just bought 10 of. So exercised a little self-control there. Like it was tough because the FOMO really kicked in, and I thought about it, but I backed away, chose not to go floral, and Peter Pan's not my thing. I know everybody's going nuts on Peter Pan, but it's not my nostalgia.
All right, I'm gonna try to guess the one that Martin got, and I'm gonna say Martin got the Mickey.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Martin got either Peter Pan or Star Wars.
Okay.
Star Wars is my
Floral.
second. No,
Okay.
he can get the floral.
Steve, do you want a guess on this? I only got one of the four.
One?
Yes.
You got one? I think you got Peter Pan.
Okay. Dan is the winner.
You the floral?
Really?
That's the only one, the floral?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not even a big floral guy.
If some of you actually read your freaking text messages, you would have known because he gave the answer away.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, now we're supposed to pay attention in the chat. Yeah, cool.
Pay attention while planning this. We got to read a chat too.
Was the floral? So the floral was the third one that dropped. Why the floral? So did you have an opportunity at the other ones, or were you just busy?
I completely missed out on the first one, but just like you, it's not really like my thing. Now that I've seen, it come in the mail for people and people take up close pictures, it doesn't quite do it for me. The Star Wars one, I had to dig deep, and it's like, yeah, I have far too many Star Wars shirts as is. Like I need to clear out half of them that I have already, I really like the floral just because I feel like I have green is an underrepresented color in my collection. Peter Pan just isn't really my thing. Like, I've seen the cartoon or the movie, when I was younger. I've done the ride, when in Magic Kingdom, but I don't really have a huge affiliation to that. Now, do I wish I would have picked up a Peter Pan? Yes, just not in my size.
3X.
Yeah, definitely.
You can make some money. Yeah, smart. You and everyone else.
If that had dropped before my Japan trip, I would have gotten it because that ride was the best ride that they've added to Japan lately, and is apparently what they're basing the new ride, the Avengers ride, on in Japan, is that ride system. So
yeah, I had heard that.
Interesting, but you didn't get it.
I didn't.
And
passed on it.
Yeah,
I had already been to Japan, not planning on going back anytime too soon.
Yeah, it's not on the list. So that was Wednesday. That was so just in general, let's talk about this because unplanned, right? That usually we know Wednesdays we're safe. Just Tuesdays.
Or they're a restock.
Or there's a restock, yep. But this was a new thing on Wednesday. And we're gonna get into something later in the show, but there's something else coming on Wednesday. I'm not ready for them to be dropping new shit on Wednesdays.
Roosevelt's isn't dropping it. Somebody else is. Let's get
Good.
Clear.
Good. Okay.
Because then it's not Roosevelt's.com for Josh.
Back days of new merch from the website. That's too much. It's like when the NFL tried adding, an extra game. It was like, stop. Give me one day without a football game.
We don't need that.
Well,
my lord.
What about doing, regular Tuesday drop? Wednesday they do a restock, or they do one of the, the chaos days.
No,
Thursday
no
is
chaos
a normal
days.
drop. Friday is a drop zone. Saturday,
nothing.
Have a kids drop.
Sunday, Tuesday,
and Sunday's a breakfast balls. You get Monday and Tuesday off, or you get Monday off.
You get Monday, get one day. No, that's not enough.
Can they not?
You don't have to buy
as
everything.
4 drop zones. Can they not do the licensed drop zones?
No. Well, they can. I'm sure they can do whatever they want.
There's been one licensed drop zone.
I thought there were 2. There's
that was only a
Sebastian.
Nickelodeon one.
Yeah, there was the SpongeBob. There's a little Sebastian from The Office. Oh, and the Dundies.
The Dundies was a drop zone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they can. The answer is they can.
Well,
who's not to? But now they're doing them all. I mean, look, I don't think any of us were prepared for licensed drops on Wednesday.
No.
And we got 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the
Three
interesting
and
part
an
is it was
OG
supposed to
and
be
an original.
website or app. I heard from people the website didn't work and they were sold out by the time it was supposed to be fixed for most of the drops on the website. So it was almost like a drop zone, but that could have been 4 more weeks of drop zone we haven't had. Speaking as Ross sitting here, I also have an alarm every Friday. Most weeks doesn't go used.
yeah, which is fine.
We'll give you another day off, Josh, is all I'm saying.
Yes,
Like,
thank you. We don't need drop zones. Keep pumping out polos over the weekend and golf club head covers. Keep doing that. That's great. And you know, you can even throw in some hoodies at some point. That's fine. You just, for the love of God. Okay. Thursday they had Peanuts Space Edition. I'm not gonna let you guess. I didn't buy anything from this. I don't have any peanut stuff. I've been able to avoid it altogether.
Good for you. Good
I
for
was
you.
safe
And your wallet.
on Thursday. I believe that if I had to guess, of all of us, Dan was most likely to buy from that drop. Am I correct?
Yep. Pretty much everything. And
Ooh.
funny enough, the birthday gifts my wife got me, she got me a Snoopy ornament, but it happens to be that same space Snoopy.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
and
that's
they
awesome.
also had it's like a candy or something like that, but it was Snoopy themed and it was the same astronaut.
That's
Nice. So you got the whole thing?
I didn't get the greenish one.
The UGG one?
Yeah, the take the football away
Yeah.
while kicking. I didn't get the white t-shirt and I didn't get the dad hat. And I didn't do shorts for the Space Snoopy.
But still a pretty big day at the office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else get anything from the Peanuts Space Edition? No.
The Woodstock shirt is sitting in my cart right now.
Okay, we got one
that
in the
shirt
cart.
does look really good.
Yes,
it got one in the cart. I'm surprised, Will, that when you put it in your cart, you didn't get it over the weekend when there was the Jaws breakfast balls, aka Will Lawler special, Skinny Boy Polo drop.
There is a polo sitting in my cart, and I pray it doesn't sell out before Thursday.
I don't play golf, but I wanted to get the club.
The Jaws head cover is beautiful. Like the putter cover is fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't have a blade putter. I mean, I have a mallet putter, not a blade putter, so it serves no purpose.
Yeah. Also, if you use a putter cover, you lose it all the time.
I've never lost a putter cover.
I have lost at least 6. At least.
But you number them. That's how you can keep track.
You do know
the
putters
take it
from
all the time, and then whenever I'm grabbing my putter, I'm never on the green yet. So like I have to grab my putter and my pitching wedge to go to the bunker to get the ball onto the green. Then I got to pick up my putter, which I laid next to it. But then I took off the putter cover to put next to the wedge. But then I only pick up the wedge and I leave the putter cover there. It's not hard. How do you guys? You guys even golf?
Every single one of my putter covers.
I just described how every guy golfs. Like I don't know.
All my putter covers have magnets in them, and they stick to the pitching wedge as I lay it next to the green.
Okay, so that's different. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I get.
Yeah.
No.
You just have a different.
Josh, it's because you keep stealing the damn putters from the mini golf, and that's not what you use on an actual golf course.
No, I have an actual putter.
I would never lose the tailor-made Kraken head cover.
Ooh. See, I would never even put my putter on. I would never even.
And it's the nice bright red, but it's a nice solid snap.
Yeah, I would never even bring that out on the course. All right, so no one got anything from breakfast balls, I'm assuming. Anyone else?
Not yet, but it's
anyone
gonna happen.
Buy anything from the sale that started Saturday?
No, Martin, we all don't have a problem.
I do have a problem.
As there is video evidence of Martin sitting at a Brewers game, sitting there going, do I need this? Do I need this? How about this? Nope, not that.
Let's get into this, okay? Should we go there? We're going there. Martin Shireen comes to the Milwaukee meetup. The guy seemed like all he had was other stuff he had to do, including buying shirts that already existed and saving $4 per shirt. Okay, the guy travels more than Steve, and Steve gets paid to travel, and the guy still can't afford like the $4. He's like, hold on, I know I'm at a baseball game with my girlfriend and 80 of my closest friends, but hold on. Someone's up to bat. Cool. Hold on, let me just add the cart. Add the cart. I'm so glad that someone caught you on camera doing that. That's ridiculous.
That was hilarious.
In medium too? You're worried all the mediums were going to sell out?
You never know, man. You never know. You got to take advantage when, opportunity strikes.
I'm going to defend Martin here.
And nothing
that's waiting in line.
That's a $13 savings on the polos. Yeah. Just going to say that.
Of course it is.
I shopped in line at the bar downstairs, Josh, before I came to the seats.
You're just I want ridiculous.
You to know. Not the only one.
He's not the only one. I got the notification. I needed to know what it was. But unlike Martin, I did a very cursory overview. I was like, okay, I already own the majority of these. The rest of these,
I was going to say, Steve, like our size, we either already have it, right, or they tease us and it doesn't actually have.
It's on sale, but out of stock in 3X.
Yeah,
right.
a couple filters for us, and we can see it goes from the large universe of shirts on sale to the small universe of what's in stock for 3X. Yeah, and then it's a pretty quick search for us.
Right. You can get some sunglasses and a hat. Have fun.
I did the same thing, Martin, so don't feel too bad. And I'm a Brewers fan, so I will defend it.
It's okay. It's not like he was watching a real baseball team.
Ooh. That's true. The Rockies were playing, and they are awful. That's how I spin it there. Also, the Cubs suck, and Brewers are coming for them. All right. Anyway, then we also had the Bamboos that dropped today. Mm-hmm. We obviously feel bad for our friend Ross, who passed away earlier today from losing all of his money to the Bamboo drop. I believe he spent $4,000 on that drop alone, because he discovered the bamboos during the tiki drop. He didn't have any bamboos, and then he got those. He's like, these are the best thing ever. I love them. I need all of them.
Wait. Did he get bamboozled?
He got more than bamboozled. The dude literally, when he was leaving Milwaukee, like later wanted to like go, I don't know, get a drink one more place before they leave. And Ross comes up to me and goes, I'd be fine leaving because I spent way too much money this weekend. And then 24 hours later, bamboo drop. Just have fun, bud. Oh,
sorry, buddy.
God. Hey, at least the bamboos are, also more expensive than the Kunus. So.
Right? Oh, my goodness. That was sticker shock for me today. I mean, I knew that they were more expensive, but because I also picked up some from the Tiki drop too.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did anyone else besides Ross get anything from the Bamboo drop today?
There was one that I wanted to get, but by the time I was done with my work stuff, it was already gone on our size. So
was it the Jags one?
I did like that one, but no, it was I'm just gonna call it Tropiglow.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
You got what did you say? You have what?
It's Kaleidos, like kaleidoscope.
Oh,
Kaleidos. Yes,
that was a disease.
See that one to me? That reminds me of War Music in May.
Yeah, I agree.
That too.
So
Martin, it's a beautiful shirt.
Martin, you said you got 2 shirts from today's drop?
Right. So I got the one that Dan's just talking about. I got the one that kind of reminds you of Ollie's shirt / the Spaceship Earth. It's the like blue and yellow one. Had to get the matching shorts for the Kaleidos one. And then the 2 pairs of shorts from the Tiki drop that
were in your cart?
That were in my cart.
Wait, you got the Sunburst one?
Yes, I got the Sunburst one.
Man.
I'm curious what it'll be like in person. And then I also had the Doom and Bloom polo, which I found while at the Brewers game.
Oh,
which,
nice.
Just for reference, is now sold out, and now I can't get the Doom and Bloom polo.
Oh!
Well, you can have
Martin. What you were looking at?
Yeah,
Speaking
you
of
just go to
Martin's,
Martin's house. It'll be like 3 years before he realizes
he has
something's not in the
no
mountain.
idea.
That is
You-
not that is not a need. As much as I want it, it's not a need. That was a.
You have no idea.
Maybe it's not sold out. It didn't show up on filters before, so we'll see what happens.
All right, quickly, we're gonna run through some previews because we also have some preview stuff. This is what this kind of there's just so much crap. They're pumping out so much crap. It's costing so much money.
For reference, it's not crap.
It's crap I need. I need all
It's
of it,
things
and I love
you
it.
need. But if you listen to Tiana, it's not the things you need.
I can't. This lifestyle is killing me. So tomorrow they are doing a Mosh Isley vest collab. Something. There was something was being teased
On Mosh Isley's
On Mosh
Instagram.
on Mosh Isley's thing, which means I don't know what this is. I don't know what to expect. But here's what I did think. Depending on how many of these they have, if people are planning on buying these black vests for Mosh in San Diego, it's going to be like the Simpson meme where he's at the bar and he's just surrounded by
Everybody has it.
wearing the black vest. And I was like, this is going to suck. It's only cool. It's not cool if 100 people are.
Have you ever actually paid
it?
attention to Mosh and the number of black and jean vests with the sleeves off?
Yes, but people like you make it unique. It's like if they have it to where like all of them have the same inner liner, or I don't know, there's something. I'm just saying like it loses that uniqueness. In my opinion, I'm not telling you to not go spend your money. I'll probably still get it, Dan. I'm just saying like it's just,
You better customize your battle vest for Mosh this year. If you're going to come out there,
oh yeah,
you're going to come out there in full glory.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be looking good. And I'm gonna be super sweaty.
The weather is much better in San Diego, by the way.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It was. I mean, it's so hot in Evany in Orlando, and then also tonight the Denver Con preview was
Mile
posted.
High meetup.
That included the shirts that were going to come out for that. There was a Hercules colorway. There was a Superman with crypto shirt. There was the Rockies floral. And there was, I don't even know what to call that last one.
Colorado vibin'.
Yeah, but if you had to describe that shirt.
An acid trip?
It's desert life. It's more desert life.
Okay.
Those are like the sticker shirt from last year, but desert animals on acid. It's a combination.
I'm hoping it has that bright color. Color palette, because that's going to be.
It's the one that popped to me when I saw all four of them. That's the one to me that said I need to have that.
Wow.
I think
I don't know if I've ever heard Steve say a need before.
The Hercules one, it reminds me too much of the Moana from Philadelphia, right? The base color of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe they had some extras,
a little bit, but
I don't know. The Floral City's nice with the dinosaur in the background.
The floral, I mean, obviously I need it anyway, but I believe I said last week, like, you wanted that Rockies floral drop so I can get some purple, and then that's exactly what they did, and I went, oh, it's a pretty floral right there. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. Yeah, that one's coming home. That will be the only shirt I'm requesting from the con. The other three I'm good without.
So slide into Josh's DMs with $150 pickups, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. And I will send you to someone else who will be there. So a lot of stuff coming up. Anyone else really excited about anything from the Denver preview, the Denver Con?
Well, I'm really excited to be there.
Well, sure.
I am actually excited. Looked like you guys know him because he's submitted I don't know how many Ask the Degen questions, but Mr. Dapper is actually hosting the meetup Saturday night.
The Ronster.
So, yeah.
Dude, he's a great dude. That's awesome. Good for him. I wish him the best of luck. Hosting large groups of people is not easy. Especially when, then when you set things up for them, they just go on their phone and look at sales on roosevelts.com anyway. So, best of luck, Ron. I hope that works out. Speaking of hosting large gatherings, there was a meetup in Milwaukee. It was called the Milwaukee Meetup. And it was a huge success. And I want to thank everyone who was able to make it. I also want to thank, not Ross, Steve, who was a huge help making this whole thing happen. I'm really glad that people actually gave you your flowers too, Steve, when people were saying like thank you posts, because it was more than just classic. Fuck you, Dan. It was a huge undertaking, but Steve also was the one who made it so that this year I was more like, I wasn't freaking out or losing my cool over things that were out of my control. There was literally one time when we were setting up for the Brewer game when, I don't know, what were there, like 5 or 6, maybe even more people that were trying to figure out how we should configure the tents and the tables. And Steve comes up to me and he's like, okay, Josh, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to do this, this, and this. Do you understand? I did not understand. And instead of like asking him again, I literally, my brain just like, it worked just like, therapy with Steve taught me. And I just said, Steve, I have a better idea. Do whatever. I don't care. And I walked away. And it was great. I don't know how it happened the way it did, but he made it work amazing. And everything was great. And the weather was great. We had an amazing time. And I really appreciate everyone coming out and trusting that they would have a good time. And I hope that everyone did. So,
and how long you're going to start your advertising for the 3rd annual?
I guess a better question is, Josh, are you interested in hosting this again next year?
It's a good question. So one of the big things about this year was how many things lined up. So like the first year we did this, I thought, this is crazy. There's a Brewer game the same weekend as the weekend in between like Father's Day and 4th of July with Summerfest. Like, what are the odds of that? Okay, we can do this. And then it just so happened that the same exact weekend lined up perfectly again with the Brewers game. And I was like, okay, we're going to run it back. Let's just run it back. So I had people at the meetup saying like, can't wait for next year. And I was like, this meetup is not like other meetups where we're going to go to, just a bar and all get to get, like, there are events that are out of my control. I don't know. I can't just magically make the Brewers play on the same weekend as Summerfest, or have it be a weekend that isn't a holiday or something else. So as much as I'd like to tell you right now, like, yes, it's going to happen. We're going to run it back for the 3rd time. It's going to be this.
Hold on.
I don't know.
I have an idea, right? So obviously Summerfest will be going on the weekend before. If you keep it to the same thing, right? It's been 2 years in a row now. It's been the weekend before 4th of July, right? Mm-hmm. If you do it next year, even if the Brewers aren't at home, you could still introduce some fast-paced ball and just get everyone over to Whirly Ball.
Yeah, buddy.
I was going to ask. I saw no pictures.
There better have been Whirly Ball this year.
There was not Whirly Ball.
No
That's it.
I believe I actually said on a previous podcast that the Whirly Ball was only happening if it rained or if Dan was there. Neither happened, and so there was no Whirly Ball.
That's a Terry thing, and
yeah.
For the record, Terry also not there. So it was, it was like
she was with me,
But there are some things in the works that we're looking at for next year, and just who knows. The point, like, I'm glad again, Steven, I'd love to get your opinion on it, but like, there are a ton of people that when they were planning and they were coming, they were like, Summerfest really isn't my thing. Or they go like, I don't go to a lot of like concerts. And then they still came to Summerfest because that's what everyone was doing. And then they had a blast, because it's not about if there's a band you want to see. It's just a great place to like hang out with people and drink and have a bunch of fried cheese when there are bands playing behind you.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the beauty of Summerfest, is that it's not like, oh, well, I'm not really into that type of music. Great. We're talking to each other. You don't even have to, I don't even know who's playing right now. Like that. That's one of the beauties of it. But I've talked enough about it, Steve. I want to get your opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was a great thing. Josh, you did a great job planning it, getting it all to line up. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but there was 88, 91 people total for Saturday.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the peak day was Saturday. So that's a lot of coordination. So, I mean, there's a lot that you did to put that together, and a lot of people that came together for that. But Summerfest, fried cheese, walking around, watching everybody do different things. I mean, 11 stages of music, watching people find different foods that they want to eat. I don't know. It's something that you and I have been doing growing up here forever. It's hard to find something else that's as fun. And with all of your connections and free tickets is as affordable of a meetup event as other things would be. So I thought it was awesome. I think it's one of the best things you can do, especially for a meetup with people of all ages. I mean, there was a lot of kids there from Friday and Saturday, and Summerfest and a baseball tailgate make that work for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Martin, I know that you were barely paying attention, but do you have anything you wanted to add to your experience at the meetup?
Hey, I'm sorry, but my name is not Ross. I was paying attention. Okay. I
appreciate the strays thrown in Ross's direction.
Unfortunately, I had some other commitments come up, so I wasn't able to join in on the fun on Thursday, which means I still haven't made it to Leon's yet. I'm kind of bummed about that. I thought I was going to make it there in January when you were talking about summer. And then obviously there wasn't a spring family dinner, so we couldn't make it then. And then
Leon's isn't going anywhere. We'll get you to Leon's.
Fingers crossed. No, I mean, the only gripes that I have about the weekend is honestly Summerfest itself, and that's nothing to do with you. It's I think that they could organize some of the stages a little bit better. Especially like we went to see Cake at 9:30 at night. On the BMO
by the ocean,
and close
by the lake,
and it was just there were a lot of people that really wanted to see this older band, and they have, for people that don't know, there's a pavilion that has actual seats, and then there's like kind of like this lawn paved area that you can stand in for general admission, and there was no direct signage of how do you get into the pavilion, right? So you had people that were packed like this, and then you had people trying to squeeze through them because right through the middle, because they didn't realize the entrances to the seats are on the sides of the pavilion, right? So you were just getting bumped into every 30 seconds to a minute. It was even as the show started, people were still trying to make their way to the seats, and it was kind of annoying.
So we're sending Martin to the mosh pit at Warped.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
If you hated that, wait until Warped Tour.
Yeah.
No, that's a fair point. That would have been something that probably Steve or I could have told you, that just if it's a free stage, first of all, so there are two stages that are technically not free stages at Summerfest. There's the main amphitheater, which had like the Killers and it had Megan Thee Stallion, and people were like, "Oh, I want to go see them." I was like, "It's a pay ticket. Like that's you gotta." It's like if you went to any other concert, you pay for your seat to that.
Yeah.
The one that you went to is the BMO Pavilion.
Yeah.
Where the seats there, you pay for.
Right.
And then anything else that's standing room,
sure,
you can just walk up and get. So they're like the two nicest stages, to say. But they're also ones that like I don't really usually go see concerts there because I'm at the free stages that are kind of more of a free for all, but they're also built more for a free for all.
Yeah.
It's bleachers and picnic tables.
Right. Yeah.
You know, people are just wherever they can be.
Yeah.
So
when we saw plain white tees, it was just long bleachers, and you stood on them or you sat on them, and that was your view. And then when you got 40 bleachers back, it was asphalt behind you, and that was the extent of it. Sure. And we were on the, I don't know, 4th or 5th biggest stage at Summerfest to see them. And Plain White Tees had a larger draw than the band that was there later that night that Josh saw.
Then Motion City Soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Motion City was there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
they were
way bigger crowd
good.
though. So when I tried to worm through the crowd to get to the bar, it was like a war zone. Like it was like you had to elbow, like you had to get through people. It was packed. Mm-hmm. Less crowded later at night. Everybody followed Martin to go see Cake.
Right.
Yeah. Or they went to go see that guy from Migos in the Mumble Rap at the other end. So like the age group split, and half of them went to Mumble Rap, and half of them went to Cake, based on what generation you were born in.
Right. And so,
Josh
at what point did you lose Rich?
Right there.
Rich went to Mumble Rap.
Yeah, sure. Rich went to Mumble Rap. Yeah.
That shocks me.
No.
Not Dilly
last year.
Dilly stayed, saw Motion City, somehow got VIP wristband to be in the pit because he's Dilly and he finds ways to do things. Who the hell knows? And then after the show, found his way to Offset to meet with Rich to see the Mumble Rap. Like, I don't know. Their scientists should study Jacob Dilly and the way that his entire life, like he's one of a kind. But no, it really is. It's just kind of a. I feel like if you would have asked, like we would have told you, like, hey, if you really want to see Cake, like, don't wait here for Plain White Tees, like, go now.
Well, no, I mean,
but
we were
Martin
still
had a great
only,
spot.
like,
I couldn't get to him; he was so far up front.
Right.
Like I got about 20 feet away from Martin.
Very up front. It was just the more annoying part is that you had so many other people that didn't know where to go, right? Because they thought, oh, I'm just going to go right to the middle because obviously there were going to be steps to get back, down into that.
Sure.
Seating.
And there weren't.
Right.
All right. Martin's got another video for his con and travel series.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try to, you know what, Martin, I'll try to go back this weekend. It's the last weekend of Summerfest this weekend. And I'll try to go back and like analyze it, see if I can put in a quick word. I would like to also say that we did confirm that the shirts are gone. All the shirts sold out. There was one shirt left that they weren't going to hold space for it, so they just put it in with the other non-Roosevelt's button-up shirts that were available. And I was like, no, nobody puts baby in the corner. And so I made sure to grab that bad boy, and I'll find a medium that can wear the last one. But that was awesome that they all, made their way out. And I appreciate everyone who bought those. And it was a great time. And we appreciate it. And we'll see what happens next with the Milwaukee meetup or the next meetup or the next time that we can get Martin to try the best damn custard in the world. We'll figure all that out.
Well, isn't there a 2025 part 2 coming up?
There might be. There might be. And that might include a little recon for the Wisconsin State Fair as a potential new spot if we decided to change the dates of the Milwaukee meetup. But I am not announcing right now that is the case.
Smart man.
Not take that to bed. All right.
So not Josh.
Yes, correct. You might have noticed that Ross isn't here. And of course, the reason why is because Ross purposefully tries to find other things to do than be on the podcast that he committed to. And so we have Steve here, who was nice enough to fill in. And Steve, since you're here, we thought we'd let you do the Ask the Degens question, which of course we do every week, where we let someone ask a question to us and we try to answer as thoroughly and honestly as we can. So Steve, take it away.
Well, since we did Summerfest and some concerts this week, it's a 2-part question. First concert you guys ever went to, and the concert you would pay the most to see today, dead or alive.
Ooh.
So no consensus. Nobody has to agree. We're not trying to put the band back in the car. We're just seeing what each of you did first and who you'd pay the most to see.
All right, I'll go first. I want to say my first concert was probably like 9th or 10th grade. I went to go see a Sublime cover band in this
Pause.
small venue.
Pause. Are we counting cover band?
Oh, well.
A band
No,
is a
a
band.
concert is a concert.
Sure.
Okay.
All
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Super small venue, super shady.
Usually the best.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what my first big concert was, though. I mean, it's
Probably something at
been so
Summerfest
long.
last year.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Who I would pay the most to see, off the top of my head, right now it's a tie between Prince and Michael Jackson.
Interesting.
Those are good. Those are good choices.
All right, first band that I saw play was a Jersey ska band called Too Short Notice, and it was in like 9th or 10th grade in like the high school cafeteria, which was great. The first professional band that I saw, Panic at the Disco, when they were promoting their very first album at the AC House of Blues.
Nice.
And that was a really awesome show. A band that I would pay a shit ton of money to see dead or alive today. I'm really gonna hate to say this, the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
Their
So
music is completely different. Like,
you've never seen like McCartney?
No. It feels
Yeah,
weird
Yeah, but Paul
seeing
McCartney.
it feels weird seeing only one.
Sure,
And
of
like
course.
to see them as a group in the heyday when they were younger, like
Yeah.
with like that big hype that they had. Like
Yeah.
time travel gets invented, I'm going back to the 60s
Sure.
to see the Beatles play. I'm sorry. Like that
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
that is something I need to do. Or like in one of like the old like the downstairs basement bars that they played like in the caves and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
Dan?
Bohager's Fall Fest. Probably 9th grade, maybe 8th grade. Was first. And I'm gonna twist the answer to the other one. Is I would love to pay for a prom themed concert. Real Big Fish, Punk Rock Factory, Goldfinger, Zebra Head.
Yes.
But they are limited to doing their covers.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
I would get Real Big Fish Take on Me, and that would be fantastic.
So that is something that my wife surprised me at our wedding. That she had our DJ mix that in. So that has extra meaning for me on that one.
Mhm.
But honestly, the one that I would love to hear them play the most is Boys Don't Cry, covered by The Cure.
Oh, boy. All right. Let me start by saying my first concert was I think it was like 4th grade. It was a post hockey game concert.
I thought you were gonna say Post Malone.
No, when he was -2, I saw him. It was Rick Springfield, Steve's favorite artist,
Wow.
and
This explains so much.
and which is why he thought of this question, I'm sure. And the funny thing is that, like, to that point, I wasn't allowed to, like, go find music to listen to. It was like whatever my parents had on or what. And I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, that was awesome. And he happened to have like his greatest hits album, like CD. I listened to that thing forever. And so, like, now I know all of Rick Springfield's songs. And so when we found out that Rick Springfield was coming to the Summerfest, I was like, we're going to Rick Springfield. And Steve literally would have rather jammed knives in his ears than listened to one more second of Rick Springfield, who put on a great show, by the way. So that was my first. So the concert I would pay for, this is a super tough question for me because I look at certain musical acts as it's like historic, right? Like you just want to don't miss out on history. When we went to London, I paid money to go see Eric Clapton play in Royal Albert Hall. That is like top 3 for me of like concerts just because of the venue, who was performing, legendary. Like it was an amazing moment. That being said, I've been thinking about this for too long. I can't decide between two. It's either Linkin Park before Chester died, because I never got to see them. And I've just seen like videos of concerts that they've done where people are just losing their mind and it's just insane. And to be a part of that would have been awesome. I'm sure they probably played Summerfest too, and I just wasn't there, which is super upsetting. And then the other one that I ever thought, like, if I could go back in time and there was like a stadium tour, because he never would have played Milwaukee, but I would have paid to see an Eminem show.
Yeah.
Because he's like incredible, and you don't they don't tour, people like Eminem don't tour in their 60s and 70s like rockers do. So it's just
Eminem's not that old,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not something where I can just sit here and go, yeah, give it a few years, they'll do a reunion tour. Like, that's just not going to happen. He doesn't need to, and that's just not what that genre of music does. And so that would be one that if it happened, I'd have to fork out some money and go see a stadium tour somewhere. Yeah.
Hey, Steve, I have the perfect solution for the next time Josh tries to make you go see Rick Springfield. Earplugs. These ones are yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No, he wouldn't have taken the time to put him in, because the 2 seconds it would have taken to put him in would have been enough time for him to want to kill himself from how much he hated the music. He literally walked away. I was still standing there. He was like, I'm leaving.
I hit the 30-minute mark I promised him, and I was like, I'm out of here. And he's like, no, one more. It's going to be the melody. I was like, you said that for the last 2 songs. I'm out of here.
True, I didn't say that.
You hit 30 minutes, I'm out. I'm
By the way,
out of
Steve-
here. You get no more time.
Steve, how is George Thorogood?
George Thorogood was so much better.
We saw
much better.
We saw Bad to the Bone. Like, we got there right in time for Bad to the Bone. And then we went and saw Hippie Rock 2000 or
Dispatch.
whatever their name is. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, Dispatch.
And,
Also better choice. Both would have been
that
100% better.
That sucked. The best
Jesse's
part of
Girl you
Dispatch,
could watch anytime you put on any trashy 80s rock music, which would have also been Ross's answer had he been here.
the best
Yeah,
part of
for
Dispatch was being able to eat a Saz's sampler platter of cheese while it was happening. That was the only thing that made it bearable, is that I was just eating a bunch of fried cheese. But there's your answer. So what's your answer, Steve?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Steve, what's your answer?
So my first concert I went to without my parents was in middle school. I went to No Doubt when their first CD came out.
Hell yeah.
Tragic Kingdom in 1995 at
yeah.
Summerfest at the amphitheater. They headlined. I don't remember the opening acts, but I went with friends unsupervised. So that was my first concert.
That's amazing.
And then I would pay the most to see, and I changed this answer recently because it was Oasis, because I never saw Oasis live.
Yep.
And I
They
didn't
were
think
at
the two
Summerfest
brothers
a
would
bunch,
ever get
weren't they?
back together.
Didn't they play at Summerfest?
Back in the day, but like not recently. They haven't the two brothers haven't talked to each other in like
Oh
over
no,
a
they hate
decade.
each other.
Yeah, but they're touring this year. So if
Yes.
they play anywhere close
Ooh.
to here, I'm going. But now it would either be Sublime.
Especially with the Sun.
So
He's good.
Sublime
Yeah,
now
he is
or
good.
Sublime
Like original Sublime
Okay.
or Bob
Yeah.
Marley. Like those would be the two that I would pay the most to
Ugh.
see today. Like
Okay.
original in
Yeah.
their prime lineups.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that checks.
Definitely does for your style of music. You're enjoying a Dispatch show. All right. So there's your S&D Gens question. Remember, you can, submit your own in the comments down below. And then Martin will maybe remember to look at it like 2 days before the next episode. and maybe we'll, answer your question. We got to get out of here. One last thing, 30 seconds. Will, you are very excited. D23. There was some announcement for something. Go.
God damn it. All right, they announced today that you can sign up for the random selection process for the 3 stores, Mickey at Glendale's, the Destination D23, and the Walt Disney Company stores. They released a shit ton of pins today. There's a lot of really cool ones in there. I'm gonna need help getting like 3 or 4 of them. I'm being honest. There's a Stitch pin. There's a Figment pin. There's an Orange Bird pin. There's a
Why
Kingdom
can't you
Hearts
get 'em?
pin. Because it's random selection. It's you get the random. You
Oh.
get randomly chosen to be able to go to one of these stores at a certain time. That's it. The pins are really cool. Super limited runs. Some of them 400 or less. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a good time. And if anybody's going to San Diego Comic-Con and wants to grab me a Stitch on a surfboard Funko Pop,
We don't have time to talk about this,
Hit
but
me
I'm
up.
so confused at how anything works at San Diego
anything,
Comic-Con.
yeah,
It's like
good
by
luck.
the time you get there, it's already sold out. And it's like, what
Guess
do you
what,
mean?
bud?
It's
When-
not even
guess
open
what?
yet. It's
When
like,
you
no.
also come to New York Comic-Con, it's the same thing.
Cool. Cons are fun. Everyone enjoys
They
being
are. They're
disappointed.
great.
Shout out to Josh Blum, #1 Dapper Degen fan, made a shirt. I think it's hilarious that he drunkenly had people sign it, including Martin and Ross, who are Dapper Degens. I was like, you're such a dork. Anyway, love you. Love everyone that came. Steve, thank you so much for being a part of tonight's episode. Boys, love you as well. Glad to be back. Ross, hopefully you rise from the ashes and we see you next week. Thank you, everyone, for watching and liking and subscribing and everything else. And please tune in next week because we are not done yet.